Laney, off and on the bench.
Hey there, Jeremy.
Hello indeed, and what stays in March, of course, stays in March.
What happens in March stays in March, but what happens in March anyway?
Exactly. Thank you for that, Nick. You got the thing right. And yes,
Good thing I'm here.
I know. And of course, yes, I know. I have a Peaky Blinders-esque haircut. Don't I look dandy?
Yes.
Indeed.
You also need a hat because your forehead is basically a ghost.
Excuse me. That's evil, isn't it? How do you know?
One, never.
No. Don't ghost me, Nick. I love you.
You're ghosting yourself.
No, it wouldn't be the first time. Right, on today's show, we're going to talk about comic relief, Pancake Day, and much more. Okay, guys, let's go for it. If you've got any questions, I'll try and answer them at the end of the chat. Welcome, everyone. Right, Nick, start off about your comic relief memories.
So next Friday, at the time of filming this, is comic relief, and well, I mean, it was a big staple of Friday night when it was on every 2 years. I remember they once had, and of course Lenny Henry doing all the promotion for it. He basically is Mr. Comic Relief.
He is, isn't he, basically? And you know, there's lots of other people there that were involved, but you always remember Lenny Henry, don't you, being the top guy. And there's so much more to it though. But, you know, I loved it. I think it's funny with those noses and all the silly fun. And like you say, you used to think, wow, it's that time of year again, it's comic relief time. And then when they stopped doing it every 2 years, it made me feel a bit skew-whiff. I didn't really know why. What's the reason behind the fact that they don't do it every 2 years now, Nick? Do you know?
What, now they do something kind of every year?
Well, do you think so? Oh, I suppose they do sports relief now, don't they?
Because the thing is, it was every odd year. Yeah, so they're doing it this year, and sport relief came in the early 2000s, which I think they got. Les Dennis did a boxing match with someone.
Ooh,
I
right.
want to say it was Keith Chegwin, but I can't quite remember.
Keith Chegwin, good old Cheggers.
And I mean, they've had some really random stuff on comic relief before. They once did a section where all of the Doctor Who's up till that point.
That's right. Yes.
Ended up in Albert Square.
Yes, I remember that one.
So
yes, brilliant.
Doctor Who meets EastEnders, two big BBC institutions.
That's right.
One time they did a load of trying to break a load of world records. Apparently they once had the highest number of naked people in one place ever.
Oh yes, I remember that one. That was really random. I remember that.
Yes, maybe not one to watch over dinner.
Yes, maybe not. Unless you're eating, you know, you got to be careful. You're eating too veg.
Red noses.
Red noses.
Now,
and
red noses are back this year. They're only available in Sainsbury's.
Ooh.
And for the first time, the red noses are actually plastic free.
That's right.
They're made with a special plant-based material this year.
Oh, wow.
I actually have mine. I'm going to bring it to next week's show.
Right, and we can talk about it then as well.
So we can talk. So good on them. I mean,
that's brilliant. The fact that they're going more vegan friendly. Don't eat your nose.
So they're doing, and also just trying to cut down use of plastics.
That's right, just trying to cut down use of plastics. Massive shout out before we go any further to Mr. Dark Fox. And of course,
Foxy.
And everyone who, of course, that is watching. Now, yes, they've gone more plant-based, Nick, which I think is a great thing. But do you remember all those videos with everyone doing the thing where not only the ice bucket challenge, because that came a bit later, but the bathing in beans thing?
Oh, that was huge in like 90s, early 2000s.
That's it.
Have a bath in baked beans.
Yes.
So yeah, that was a big thing in the day. I think
that's it.
You know, if you. So yeah, it's like lots of established people. You know, once you've done the bath in baked beans, then you've basically made it.
That's it. Yes, so, and a very bad ice bucket challenge.
And the red noses as well. You had the red nose with the hands.
That's
it. You had the red nose that changed colour.
That's it.
You had the red nose covered in fur.
I don't remember that one.
That was a few years later. You had the red nose that was basically a tomato.
Yes.
So yeah, there's been tons of them over the years, and yes, I always try and get a red nose.
Yes, it is part of the fun, isn't it? I mean, I think personally the fact that they've introduced them more of a collectible is a great standpoint.
Yes.
You know, where they're doing them as, you know, you can get the gold chase nose, you can get the different ones, the variations, and not only does that obviously appeal to collectors, but it appeals to people that want to help the charity in a fun way. And there are different options other than just noses now. There was notebooks, there was all sorts of different things.
This year you can get mugs.
That's right.
There's lots of other stuff as well. So yeah, there's all sorts of things you can do, and also there's all sorts of ways to raise money. I mean, I remember there was. I remember one of the classes at junior school, not our class, but another class did a sponsored silence.
Ooh, okay. How did that go?
Well, they raised about 102 quid, and you know, when you're 10, that's like millions.
That's it. So they went quietly then?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I don't think my class in junior school did that, because my class was not renowned for being quiet. I don't think we'd have been able to keep quiet for very long.
No, I'm sure not.
So yeah, so there's things like that. There's usually always a few things going around. People dress funny. It's like with Children in Need as well.
That's it.
Similar things then happen as well.
Costume parties, all that sort of stuff.
You know,
Yes.
I mean, ultimately, you know, it's in aid of good causes. I mean, the thing with Comic Relief is it does a lot of things in the UK and also in Africa.
And I think that's great, isn't it?
Yes.
That's really interesting,
so
the way they do that.
It distributes it well. So yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like they might be doing something or another every year now, which
is great. I think that's fantastic, because it had a break for ages, so it's great that they're doing more every year.
Yeah.
Now.
You know, it's a bit like, I mean, you know, I don't think as many people tune into like the big TV marathons like they used to. I don't actually think they have the best reputation now.
No, but, which is a shame, isn't it?
But I mean, as long as there's, you know, if there's like merch that you can buy and things like that, and just the ability to make little contributions and things like that.
That's
it. We're kind of seeing that with people trying to raise funds for charities like the Red Cross, who are currently on the ground in Ukraine. You know, and there's lots of, you know, it's just kind of looking at different ways to support
That's it, man.
There.
That's it. Also.
And it's kind of all for, so yeah, you know, it's kind of, we're kind of looking at how we can make contributions now, you know, rather than just having people just like, get on the phone and give us your money. Which I don't think it has the same sort of effect that it has.
That it did have back in the day. Yeah. You're more it's the softly approach that works better now, I think.
And also get something from it. I mean, I think red noses are still popular.
Very much so.
You know, over 30 years since the first Comic Relief.
Ooh.
Because they're a good collectible item.
That's it. That's what I was saying. Yes. And Nick, before we run out of time, let's talk about Pancake Day. Pancake Day.
Now, normally Pancake Day is sometime in February, but because Easter is later this year,
and remember,
Easter Day
everyone put Easter eggs, make sure they've got their suntan lotion, and of course their Christmas hats on, and their suntan, and their hats, and they got their diving equipment. And basically, Easter eggs are available all year now, after January.
Yeah.
But yes, that's another question.
But of course, because Easter Day is the 17th of April, in case you didn't know,
we're shouting, there's a bin van.
Yeah. So you can also get the 1st of March, I think it was. Yeah, 1st of March was Pancake Day.
That's it.
So well done to all those pancake lovers who held out longer than they should have done.
I know.
Than they normally would have done.
I know, and everyone had to, you know, start there faffing about, running around. And you know what? I was that person that was in a branded supermarket on the evening of that time, trying to get flour, eggs, and a new saucepan.
Don't tell me they sold out.
Yes, I could not find white, plain flour for God nor money. So
it is one of those things people don't think about. They just think something like flour is going to be available all year round.
Well, apparently not, because we don't use that much flour. So trying to get flour on the day of Pancake Day was a hot mess. You know what I ended up with? Whole wheat flour. You know, it tasted like brown sandwiches. Sounded like brown loaf tea. You know, like when
Mind you, that stuff's meant to be better for you.
I know, but you know when you eat like a brown, brown toast or a brown piece of bread.
I like brown bread.
Yeah, but do you like brown bready pancakes?
It would probably be a bit chewy.
Yeah, it was. It was very chewy.
There we have it.
Just like the way the missus was just after we ate them. It was a bit chewy. But
so
whoa.
there you go, folks. So bear
So
that
please
in
make
mind.
sure, remember, preparation in these situations is key.
Buy your flour in advance.
That's it. Especially
You're
with
going to have to take up baking.
baking.
That way you never run out of flour. I'm pretty
This
sure
is
my
true.
mum never runs out of flour in her house because she's always like random. She likes to randomly bake stuff.
Isn't
So-
that the fact that she grounds down the bones of her enemies' knee? Oh dear.
So yeah, you're going to have to take up baking.
Yes,
You could get some more videos out of it.
I could. We could do baking with Badger.
Yes.
Maybe we'll try that one day, never. I mean, yeah, let's go. That sounds like a great idea.
Right, we're going to have to go now. but
Are
it's
we?
been- Yes.
Oh
I've
dear.
got to be places, busy modern man.
Indeed. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and I hope you enjoyed today's Comic Relief and Pancake Day special thing. Indeed.
We're going to have to start thinking about what we're going to talk about next week.
That's it. Don't forget to, of course, put comments below. And, of course, don't forget to follow if you're new on Twitch and subscribe if you're new on YouTube. Thank you very much, everyone. I really hoped you enjoyed today's show. And there's more coming up very soon from me and him.
We'll be back with our red noses next week.
Will we? I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to buy a red nose.
You better had.
Maybe we can share it. I don't know. I nearly bought one, then Badger Jr. went, I don't want one. So I didn't get one. Who knows?
Buy one for yourself then.
Well, maybe I will then. Hopefully I'll get a special edition one. But anyway, regardless of our faffing about, don't forget to comment below your thoughts on Comic Relief, your thoughts on Pancake Day and some of your adventures that happened, and of course, let us know how your flipping skills are great. Yeah, I know you said tossing skills, but that's a bit rude, isn't it?
It makes sense in context. Any other time of year, you wouldn't get away with it.
Maybe not. Bye,
Viva
everyone.
March.
Indeed. See you later. Bye. Bye.
Farewell.
Ta-ra.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thing.